Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to Great Britain, here in EU4, where we're getting ready to have another war, and we're going to take some more land, because yes, we are, even though, well, our aggressive expansion is ticked down to about 30 with Austria, which is not too bad. Now, if we were to attack just France, pretty much all of his allies would join, so I definitely think we're in the right by attacking Kildare. Obviously, we don't want a truce break here, that's just silly. Imports compete with British quality goods. So we could lose 2 mercantilism, gain 10% trade steering for 5 years, and Castilian Brazil's opinions improved, or we could gain 2 mercantilism and lose opinion. Well, Castile likes us a lot, so we'll go ahead and just take the opinion hit. I doubt that's going to be enough to break alliance, considering that they're friendly, and we can gain another 50 relations with them just by improving relations, so not really worried about that. I am surprised more people haven't attacked France. Their allies aren't particularly strong. They got Kildare, Salzburg, Switzerland, and Verdun. But it is time to fabricate a claim, and we are going to go for Vermandois. We may take it in this war, we may not. It really depends on the amount of aggressive expansion that we're going to get from doing it. But our enemies have virtually no armies or alliances. Kildare has a 2-3-2. We have a 1-1-3, which is a shame because, you know, it just sucks. We're going to activate our forts and see what our income is after activating the forts. Although we did just build a ton of cannons, so yeah, we're down to 3 ducats a month. But, I mean, hey, it's worth it to have these cannons that are just absolutely going to crush in the fire phase. And speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and start the war. We're not going to call in any allies because we don't need to. And we're going to go in on Desmond's claim on Tir Eogain. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I'm just going off what I know from Lord of the Rings. And EO is AO. So Eogain. We're playing Lord of the Rings Universalis 4. Middle Universalis 4, whatever. Oh, he had a royal marriage with France. Never mind, Kildare is just going to get smashed. Good stuff. Alright, so if we slow down time here. Well, first of all, their morale is extremely low because we have a ton of bonuses to ours. They have no army tradition, their prestige is lackluster. So we're already crushing them on that front. But let's look at the fire phase just to see how well these cannons are actually, doing for us. So we're killing them 3-1 at this stage in the game, in the fire phase due to that. And we're going to just instantly stack wipe them, basically. Finisterre is converted to Protestant. Excellent. And almost our entire country is Protestant now. How beautiful. Desmond is being lazy and doesn't even feel like helping us take a province he himself fabricated a claim on. Good job, Desmond. Maybe he still has hope that he's gonna, like, break free, rule the world. I don't know. You never know, like, what you would do in these situations, because if you get into this situation as a player, you just stop playing, because there's nothing for you to do in this situation now. Like, there's no one that's going to help you, except maybe Austria, but even then, that's really pushing it. Poland keeps spying on us for whatever reason. It is kind of funny that Brandenburg allied both us and Poland when Sweden won't do the exact same thing. Oh, there goes Desmond! Ugh! Look at Desmond's sick morale. It's 0.1 better. And he has no cannons, but he does have 1 unit of cav. Oh man, that flanking. It's taking a -2. Whew, just managed to scrape out a victory there. Good job, Desmond. Whew. That was truly impressive, sir. We got any good grassland provinces we could build a barracks in? Yorkshire's looking pretty good for that. So I had someone asking, I think it was 2 episodes ago now, suggesting that I should move my capital to Paris. But we've already improved London quite a bit. We're at 27 development on it already. So we'd be getting a 5 development advantage. And the problem with that is, it costs so much to move that and to culture convert if we needed to culture convert to English, which we don't anymore for the time being. Highlander is its own province. That is awesome. I know that's what a lot of Scots are called, Highlanders, but let's pick up the speed a little bit here. Get these sieges on. Let's get going with it. On the Siege of Ulide. I know Desmond's going to be a good vassal and go recruit for us. I will take 10% better, higher costs at the rather than taking a stability hit, because I hate taking stability hits. Now, if we just take a look here, our mercs are actually cheaper to recruit than actual infantry, but their maintenance is doubled. That's a very interesting fact that we should keep in mind. Now, do we care about Diplotech here? Or would we rather try to go for the aggressive expansion impact? I feel like the aggressive expansion impact is more important, if I'm being 100% honest. So we're just going to hold off on Diplotech for a while to pick up that idea. We are fully done with the war. We're going to give this province to Desmond. See, that's Norway, right? Yeah. Okay. That's apparently enough for 20 aggressive expansion, but most people aren't going to care. And, it's like, they have 110 ducats. Alright, sure. Sure. Thank you. The British Isles, now fully under control of Great Britain. Now, let's take a look at our states and territories map mode once again. This is our capital. Now, we don't accept this culture up here, but it is Protestant. It's a decent bit of development. And we need to ask ourselves, we do have the state limit to deal with this. But we need to core the Western Isles first. Anywhere else? It looks like most of everything else is already where it needs to be. Denmark is integrating Norway. Expected to be done in 1541. Yeah, let's just gain corruption, because we actually make a ton of money. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and mothball our forts once again. I'm thinking we probably need to pick up a military idea group that gives us army tradition, probably defensive ideas, since it gives 15% land morale, and that'll make us a lot more competitive once we do that. We're probably going to pick that up at Admin 18, I would say, because I definitely want to get into the colonization game fairly soon here, so that we don't miss out on any opportunities. Because colonies can actually net you quite a bit of money once you get them up and going. Tiny Muscovy is having a civil war. That's a shame. Poland just going completely out of control. Austria has finished his annexation of Hungary. Sure, we'll recall the diplomat from Spain, or Castile, and we'll look at Austria here, who now has 754 development, which is about 100 more than our own, and they currently have 84,000 troops and are 11 over their force limit. Jesus, Austria. Just Jesus. Thankfully, all of Austria's allies can only ever be, other electors. So the thing is, I think Austria is going to be, the next big power that we end up fighting, but how soon we do that is definitely up in the air. Oh, Austria is going to take more French clay, apparently. Let's build a church in Calais. And one in Northumberland as well. Get some more tax income. We're going to go ahead and lower army maintenance as well, because we are spending a lot of money to keep these cannons alive, basically. Austria, of course, going to completely smash the French with no resistance and take a bunch of land. How good for them. What is this event? The Council of Antwerp. Gain 5 prestige, 2 papal influence. So basically they just said, yeah, maybe the Protestants have something right. Imperial authority, of course, not going very high because there are currently 10 heretic princes and 3 provinces in the empire under the control of non-member states. Now what I would love to see here is Poland rivaling Austria. Yeah, that would be pretty huge for us. I think we will pick up the next military tech, as much as I want to get 5% discipline. Tech is generally more important. We have a force limit of 78 now, which is pretty good. Portugal getting religious unrest because they got a Protestant province down there. All right. Protestantism is actually spreading pretty strongly here. Sweden surprisingly not changing. Let's see. So Brandenburg has called us in against Pomerania, Munster, Saxony, and East Frisia. We're gonna accept this because Poland is involved in the war as well. Poland hates us just a little bit less. Just a tiny bit, not a lot, just a little bit. We'll take the French army over to Brandenburg. Actually, we could probably do a naval invasion of Munster. Let's do that. Or Friesland. Gascony declared war on France. Gascony is looking like they're going to be a pretty strong target here. After this war with Friesland, we could get some work done here. Now you may be saying, it's a bad move to actually help your allies in war. But I figure this is a good chance for us to get some army experience. Especially since our manpower is so high. Now if we look at Gascony, they have no allies as of yet. Oh, we need, how many more seats in Parliament do we need? We need 1 more seat in Parliament. I'm losing my pronunciation of R's, probably because I'm playing as Britain, so before long I'll be saying Parliament. That sounds more Australian than anything, though, I guess. I'm going to repurpose the Irish army to go fight these armies that are trying to besiege our lands. Looks like Magdeburg might be able to pull out the win here. But we're gonna come in at the last. We're gonna come in at the last minute and snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat. Spare no expenses on admin tech because, as always. Now, getting a textile getting those unlocked is going to be huge for us, especially with our economy as strong as it already is. How many more seats? We need one more seat in Parliament. Okay, okay. Where do we want to put it? Yeah, I would prefer to keep them in England. Really. Ayrshire is looking like a pretty good province. Yeah, let's do it in Ayrshire. Very nice. Alright, we get an additional missionary and missionary strength, which is going to help us convert these last couple of provinces. And because of that, we'll be able to pick up and, you know, switch out the missionary strength for a different aspect of faith once the time comes. Looks like Poland and the whole crew are here. We're all just kind of mopping up. We're going to stack wipe the enemy army. Alright, let's pick up textile manufactory. Now, the only lands Brandenburg could really want or take here are the Saxon lands. So we're not going to worry about that. The Popery Act, we can get missionary strength plus 5%, or 0.5%. Take measures to reduce Catholic influence by offering money to anyone willing to witness against a Catholic priest or bishop that has been apprehended performing religious services. That's incredible. Right, everything is under control here. Britain is on the job. Oh. And that's the end of the war. With Munster, anyway. We are going to have a pretty big Brandenburg, which is a good thing, I think. It's very cool. Almost never happens. We do have an army, or a group of rebels, looking like they're going to spawn in the Western Isles. So we're going to go handle that. We got some Catholic zealots in Ulster as well. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pick up Military Tech 11 here. Which is going to give us the weapons manufactory, a great factory, by the way. Additional combat width, cavalry fire, and infantry shock. All good things. Nah, you don't need military access, Gascony. You're fine. You got this. Take that land. Austria's still at war with France because the AI sucks at sieges. Alright. Brandenburg, getting pretty big. I like it. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what Austria does once France is no longer a valid rival, which is going to be very soon, most likely. We're going to mothball our forts again because we are getting pretty poor in terms of our actual income. I'm going to go ahead and lower maintenance for a little bit. Get us up to 13 ducats a month. Alright, we've converted the heretics of Morbihan to the one and only true faith. Good stuff. We'll convert Armagnac next. Archibald Davis. No. He's dead. And the guy who replaced him is a 4-2. Beautiful. That's why offensive is so great, because without offensive, he would be a 3-1, which is okay, but now he's a 4-2, which is actually really good. We do have to worry about these Gaelic separatists, though, so I am going to have to keep army maintenance raised, unfortunately. These cannons are really taking a toll on our economy. I mean, each one of these is about 0.7 ducats a month, and when you consider that we have, 22 of them, maybe I'm going to delete one cannon from each stack here. Just because we need to make a little bit more money, and I believe the siege amount that you need is 10 anyway, to get the better siege progress. So that's going to give us a bit more money. And now part of this is that increased infantry cost and cavalry cost that we got that lasts until next year. So hopefully once that passes, the situation won't be as grim. And we do get a very young discipline advisor, which I'm happy about. He's 30 years old. He's going to last us a good 30 years of 5% additional discipline. And it's entirely possible here if we pick up the last offensive idea and manage to get to our our only land idea, the 5% bonus discipline, that we're going to be able to, have a pretty decently disciplined army, which is good. Discipline doesn't necessarily help you win battles, but it does help you lose fewer troops, which is very nice. Supply limit here on the Western Isles sucks, so we're going to develop it. And apparently that was a terrible idea, but now we're not taking attrition. Let me just spend 200 points and not take attrition. Okay, yeah, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. France is no longer a valid rival, unsurprisingly. Castile is the only person we can ally whose army is apparently 40% weaker than ours. Which is a shame. But they are still a good ally, and I don't want to rival them. I just wish we could have scraped out a... Oh, 10% production efficiency down is going to suck majorly for us. Yeah, about a ducat a month less. That sucks. 40 rigorous researchers. 40 of every monarch point. Very nice. Part of me wonders if there's a bug where when countries are released that they just refuse to get alliances. Not because it's impossible to get alliances. They just don't do it. Now, the main question for us now is whether or not we want to invade Denmark or Gascony. And Denmark is seeming like it might be a good pick. Just because we can consolidate this this territory here. 25 free prestige. Another great reason, or another reason that offensive ideas is so good. Yeah, we're just we're biding our time for a little bit. We're gonna see, because it looks like Gascony might actually lose this war. In which case, France would definitely get some territory back. Actually, no, he was forced to revoke his course, so he has no claims on any of Gascony. That's interesting, to say the least. I'm just trying to decide, Denmark or Gascony. That's going to be... It's a tough choice. Gascony has no allies, and it would be really nice to just snatch up his land, really. And it would basically be free. We don't have to do any fighting for the most part. Oh, we can finally pick up improved or reduced aggressive expansion impact, which is phenomenally good. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. Next time, we will probably go to war with Gascony and take some more land. So I'll see you on the next one.